Welcome everyone. Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Wednesday IDP Injury Update. My name is Sebastian Furon, aka the SGPN Football Doc here, and we're talking real football. We're talking defense today like we do every Wednesday. I'm here to give you guys an injury update on the biggest IDP injuries heading into NFL Week 9. Already halfway through the season. We got a good amount of updates, so let's go ahead and get started. And I like to keep it quick and juicy for y'all. All right, so starting with the Thursday night football game, we're heading to Pittsburgh, the Steel City, where we got two players we want to talk about here. First, star safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. He is already ruled out with a hamstring injury. He was ruled out really Monday. He was really quickly ruled out by Mike Tomlin. That tells me that it's probably not a minor injury. It's probably more of the grade 2 type of hamstring injury, typically 3 to 6 week recovery timeline. He's going to be limited for a little bit. So not only is he out for Thursday, but he may be out additional weeks. You want to have something to monitor for Minkah Fitzpatrick. So a negative for that Steelers defense. But on the positive side of the ball, defensive tackle Cam Heyward is back. He had a couple full practices this week. He was activated off the IR. So for those that don't remember, in week 1, as the Steelers were taking a beatdown from the 49ers, injury to insult, Cam Heyward had a pretty severe groin injury that required surgery. The initial diagnosis and timeline was that he was going to be back around week 8, week 9. So, everything's gone to schedule there. So good news as they face King Henry and that Titans offense. I expect the Titans to try to run the ball a lot. They're still dealing with Will Levis, that rookie quarterback. So Cam Heyward is going to be a big help to that Steelers defensive line. It's going to also help guys like Highsmith and TJ Watt to get some pressure off the edge, knowing that the inside is a little bit more secure with Cam Heyward. All right, moving on to Atlanta. Falcons defensive lineman Grady Jarrett unfortunately tore his ACL, and he's out for the season. Falcons were playing the Tennessee Titans last week. Grady Jarrett went down, ACL tear. So ACL, your anterior cruciate ligament, major stabilizing ligament in your knee, that front part of your knee there. When that is torn, it requires season-ending surgery. So this is a 10 to 12-month recovery process. Grady Jarrett's going to be looking to get back sometime next year. Typically see some production dip in guys the first year after an ACL, a little bit maybe slower start to the season. So going to be a big loss for that Falcons defensive line. Obviously, it affects Grady Jarrett, but also I think it affects that Falcons defensive line as well. He was the biggest name. He was kind of the biggest player in that group. They got Kentavious Street from the Eagles in a trade. I don't really think that's not really a plug and play there. So definitely a little bit of a down trip for that whole Atlanta defense, and especially that D-line. All right, heading over to Kansas City. Kansas City just suffered only their second loss of the season, and really mostly the offense, but defense did let up around 23 points to a bad Broncos offense. And Nick Bolton already is back out, and looks like fellow running mate linebacker Willie Gay is going to be out as well. So he got ruled out with a lower back injury. Thankfully, this isn't something that should land him on the IR. Low back is a little bit it's interesting, right? So you see a guy like Jair Alexander where he's kind of in and out of the lineup, and that can have that effect where the low back pain is something where one day you wake up and it feels pretty good, and the other day it's not feeling so great, right? So definitely something you want to monitor there, something that's more volatile of an injury that could change. Andy Reid did say today that he's progressing. He doesn't think he's going to wind up on the IR, which is great news for Willie Gay, but it does not guarantee that he's going to be in the lineup this week. So that's really going to be one where you're going to be watching the practice reports and monitoring that one from there. All right, we're going to end with some good news like I always like to do. So Miami Dolphins safety Jevon Holland has cleared the concussion protocol. Holland was out last week. So this is that kind of premier matchup. We got the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. Should be a throwdown of two real big powerhouses in Germany. So make sure you set your alarm clocks early there to get that. That's at 9:30 East Coast start. But Jevon Holland will be back out there, which is a great sign. You got Xavier Howard trying to work his way back. Jalen Ramsey returned last week. So that Miami secondary is getting a little bit healthier, which is obviously going to be good news going up against Patrick Mahomes. All right, guys, those are the updates for the biggest IDP injuries for this week, heading into week 9. If you want any more information, you're talking college football, IDP, fantasy football. Again, if it's football and it's injuries, I'm talking about it. Go ahead and follow me on TikTok or X at SGPN Football Doc. I'm on the SGPN page. We're also doing a fantasy football. Make sure you tune in, especially IDP lovers. Sunday IDP live show, myself and Gary Van Dyke, a.k.a. the IDP tipster, IDP Godfather. We're breaking down every game on Sunday, usually at noon Eastern. We're breaking down every game, telling you your start sits, waiver wire pickups, and who to go ahead and target. Other than that, articles at sportsgamblingpodcast.com. And let's have a great week. Let's secure some W's and let's watch some football.